but the government doesn't take informal traders seriously. Because my cry as an organizer, I just wish we can have our own office as informal traders. Reason why? Because of we are making a lot of money.
What causes an informal trader to be removed by the police instead of the donor themselves?
By that time, the Baba to set up for this thing, G20. They need to know in bulk. Rebata push bulk buying. For spend less. Listeners about marketing, marketing, because of most of the time, but some 2 o'clock, by marketing. So we want to bring those things bulk buying, eat the corona, all those things. That's what we want to push. Then about train how to save money, how to bank, how to keep themselves clean, all those things.
Is there currently a petition that's going around from NITASA that people should sign?
Yeah, it's thing on the NITASA social media. Let's say how we was also kokai. Why sharp and then but thing but and the sad part yarona, the government allowed them to be here.
Welcome back to Something Else Today podcast. I am your host, DJ Mahlatsi, and today we are joined by a representative from the NITASA organization. We are going to be discussing the tobacco bill. That is a national legislation that is currently underway and in discussions to try if they can reinforce it in South Africa to control tobacco use and enforce tobacco rules. But we are also joined by AC, who's our ghost, the devil's advocate himself. Before we introduce our guest, how are you doing, AC?
I'm doing good. I quit smoking 2 years ago. I think the tobacco bill is going to be of interest to me to see.
Let's let our guest introduce herself. Dumelang le kae? Good thing. So you can tell us about yourself, introduce yourself to the audience.
Okay, Kefilwe Ndaba from NITASA as a national organizer. Yes, and also I'm a chairperson for Gauteng. So about the tobacco bill, what I've good right. So ufitsi jwang go tlogela o savile tšhelete according to you no bona save tšhelete or tlogetse because of health issues. I just want to know as a guest goes has.
Oh yeah. Well, for na gore ke tlogele. I try, my China is horrible, but to stop smoking, for me, I just felt like it was something I was doing to not feel uncomfortable in a place, you know. So when I get to a party, I would just, if I don't know a lot of people, I just light up a cigarette. But I didn't really enjoy it that much. It wasn't a push that I had from myself, but I just do it in socially awkward situations just to pass the time. So then I decided, hey, you know, all these things, they're adding up at the end of the day. All those socially awkward moments, smokes, they add up and they're not very good for my health. So that's the main reason I stopped.
And what about your pockets? Were you saving money after you stopped?
I don't know. I would buy like a 10 and it would last me for like 2 weeks. So it wasn't really that expensive, right? Because I wasn't like a chain smoker or smoking out of need. But it was just because I don't have anyone to talk to. I'm at a party. I just want to, you know, don't look like I'm bored. I get it. So can you tell us what NITASA stands for?
NITASA stands for National Informal Traders Alliance of South Africa. So we've got 9 chairpersons around 9 provinces, whereby we have chairpersons and the leaders under the NITASA. So since I'm heading the Gauteng, in Gauteng we've put those leaders, other leaders under the region so that we can know how to monitor them well. And then how to share information through the information that we get from taking the challenges, things that they are bothering them, especially since the informal traders. Remember, the informal traders are the ones who are making more money, but the government doesn't take informal traders seriously Because my cry as an organizer, I just wish we can have our own office as informal traders. Reason why? Because of we are making a lot of money. Remember, we're buying things from a market, then we're coming back and sell it. And the more people are passing, that's when people are buying. Unlike going to ShopRite and buy. Sorry to mention the name of ShopRite, but those people who are on the street, a lot of people are passing, so they make money. A lot of families, they feed their families through those monies. Those who are selling tomatoes, onion, my keep. I've got a lot of people that I know that they're raising kids. Others, they all are like abroad universities. So it's important for us to have offices to be taken seriously. Because now government is just saying informal traders, they don't even train us how to run a business. Not saying people, they want to be formal. Others, they do want to be formal, but others, they don't want to be formal. But again, the terms of VAT, everyone is paying VAT, but they don't even say, okay, as informal traders, we can build toilets for you, or we can have washing basins. So, because remember, those people have to go and wash those vegetables where? After going to toilet, they come back, they give you those things. So we need to be taught how to train them with hygiene. So as NITASA, because of we don't have funding, we can't go extra mile, you see. So we need to have those things. We need to be trained so that we can train other people. But the government must intervene.
And have you guys reached out to the government? What was their response?
Government, they are very dodgy.
Okay.
They are dodgy because of when there are serious things. I'm saying this because of, I think 23, where I'm staying, they built one area, which 8 million, but they only spent 3 million, So I was expecting to see the toilets there. There's no toilets, there's no water, there's no storage. So those people, they have to stop people, and they hire the manyopes to say, please guard these things for us, you see. So they can't even go and report to say, okay, here's things that we've used with that money. So that's why I'm saying they're dodgy.
AC?
Yeah, I've seen like on at the Bree taxi rank, they've created like a place for informal traders to sell their stuff there. But the other guys who don't get allocations inside, they still have their stores outside of the taxi rank. So I just want to know from NITASA, if you're an informal trader, let's say you're outside and you don't have the allocation inside, what is it that you would gain, or what are you missing out on if you're not under NITASA, or if you're not signed up with NITASA?
If you're not part of NITASA, you're going to lack information, because you won't get the information in time. And then most informal organizations, they have their leaders, which others, it's hard for them to penetrate unless if they'll be part of NITASA, it's going to be as easy to get hold of them. But if you are not under NITASA, it's going to be hard to get information through your organizations. Because what are leading donors different places, like what are leading donors at thing, but those donors, they must be affiliated to NITASA. Why NITASA? Because of our president, she's how we work a voice. Yes. So we're recognized in the government, but because of the numbers, we need to go there as a lot of numbers.
Oh, I didn't know there were indunas for traders. So they represent them when they go speak to the government.
Yeah, before utola space, sa go rekisa tshwantse we le ndona. Ndona tla re okay, patala maybe this amount. How to let tafole just for free. You need to tseba gore ke mang o responsible for the black eo. How ka fela mo ba bya ditapole tsa hao 2 minutes ingata ba tla ba you need to be known gore okay o tlo rekisa why jwang. Unless motho are okay ke a tsamaya ke a go magaeng ntulele space, that's how o ka thola space. So but in Jinja you can't.
Oh, and if you're under the ndunas, when the police come, you don't have to get up. Are you fine, or you still do need to get up and kind of save your stuff?
Remember the nduna did sa gore ba baske ba kena easy. Ke o secure space. Already me tshwadile teng o lo plekeng right now, never about close. Unless o lo mo strateng ka ditaba tsa di bylaws and everything. But if o le ka mo sign senteng gantle mo sheltering, never o tloge like o pre as you are saying.
Yeah.
But ha o le ka mo ntle ba tlo tlosa.
But now, what do you have to say about what they've been doing? Like last October, actually included that they removed informal traders from De Villiers streets in the Johannesburg CBD, which is the central business district. What causes an informal trader to be removed by the police instead of the Nduna themselves?
Na ke shebane by that time ne ba batlo setsa for this thing ya G20. Ne batla go be clean. Itse ke check ne ba batla fela go be clean for the G21. Forgetting gore batho ba ko mosebetsing. And ba ba rerisa ba itse fela tlogang without any reason. Kanda itse mo bathong okay ko pa re dule mo let's say this re batla go clean for ge sheba ga le gantle. Understand? And ba le bala gore batho ba ba le mo ke di breadwinners.
And about total compensation.
They didn't get compensation for that. They were actually forcefully removed according to this article. They also expanded this operation into the inner city in the name of cleanliness, like May is saying here. They did that in the name of cleanliness. I think you actually have a point there. But now, if they have the power to send the police to remove them, then it makes it very difficult for the informal traders to even stand together. Because if police saying there's some form of dangers associated with that, correct?
True. There is. Remember, ho thata go rotlosa motho ka ntho e isa something ko maleng. Cause tlala e tlisa anger. Once you are hungry, you become angry, and you can do anything. So imagine ba go tlosetsa borotho o tloja eng. Ha wa sheba ko wena fela, shebile ke bana ba bana. Le the relative be go magaeng tswa ko Limpopo. Or tswa ko kae. That 50 rand you send is a difference ko bona. Wena ba ros o tloge mo, how do you going to feel? Le no tlo etsa something or ke batla gore ke itwanele.
So does NITASA plan on helping in terms of regulating that? Or if they are doing forced leave, then the government must pay for the forced leave. Because if they're saying I must move so that they can look good for G20, then there must be some form of compensation I get. Because you in the formal sector, they still pay you for that day. They don't say because you didn't work, you don't get paid in most cases. They normally say, no, it's fine. You can work from home. Or if you don't work today because you're on sick leave, they still pay for that day. So is that the vision, one of the vision things that NITASA has in store?
Yeah, that's what we are lobbying for. For whatever the challenges ba na le tsone ba ditlisa corona. Ha ba ditlisa corona, release as a group or okay, let's say re ka tsa petitions about okay, go plekeng e so go etsa gala this and this because the pleka di tshwane. For instance, go para taxi rank go tshwane le go pre. Challenges tsa pre di tshwane tsa para di tshwane tsa ko bo Rockville o Dobsonville jalo. So we need to know gore challenges tsa lona ke tse di reng re tsamaise in a group.
So how do informal traders submit challenges to NITASA?
For now, as ke tshilo gore na di chairpersons differently, we meet and take those challenges and ready tsamaise go the right person. If honestly maybe the interviews, our president atola the interview wa re botsa gore ke wena ke challenges tse di feng tse go this area, maybe Free State or Mpumalanga, Northwest, read the razor, challenges kids a little, then they raise you up.
Okay, let me rephrase. I meant in terms of me as an informal trader, and I don't know about NITASA. I don't know who to go to, where to go to. About these challenges that I'm having. How do I now go to tell NITASA, or how do I access those chairpersons or those heads that are allocated in that area?
That's why, for instance, Rona in Dobsonville.
Okay.
In our area, we raise the monthly meetings. It's just fell out this January. The monthly meetings whereby batho ba tla ba re fe di challenges tsa bona. Yes, batho ba tla di small businesses. Remember re bitsa di formal traders and formal traders because the challenges tse di batle di tshwana. Ba renge go okay, tsa lona ke itse, tsa rona ke itse, tsa di spaza ke itse, tsa batho ma ke itse, tsa di car wash ke itse, upholstery ke itse. Remember one of the informal traders anyhow. Ba lukisa ni koloi di car washes. Really raise a jalo because informal sector is broad.
It's very broad. You see?
And what's the process if I have an informal business and I want to be under NITASA? What do you guys need from me to produce to you so that I can be under the organization? Okay,
for now we've introduced the membership card, and there's a membership form whereby I just need to print those forms. And then rebele receipt, but then let's say okay, you are part of us. And then that thing is going to help us rebele the numbers, the stats, how many people do we have in the one. If maybe to sponsor, because now we are running without any sponsors. If to sponsor, release or register body tamage, to sponsor a certain network, maybe Coca-Cola for instance. The fridge, how member would to fridge for free because of your or number of NITASA. If you have some maybe telephone network, or skip or those things, you check that to more members for us.
And then the forms, is there a website that I can go to get the forms to?
Not yet. I also did get more website.
I have to go to the offices.
Yes.
NITASA.
Yes.
Okay. And they are there in Joburg?
Yeah, in Joburg and I'll form. Joburg Limpopo said the form said in Sweden, the Compomalanga, the former but through the chairperson.
And the office, they go CBD or where?
For now, we don't have offices as we the chairperson. Are not like office that office you
yeah.
No. So to contact among, then I will via whatever the challenges so for corona.
Okay. Is it possible that we have that list as well to display it on our episodes so that people who are informal traders, when they see it, they can actually know who to contact in which region?
The list or the form?
The list would be more important, I think. Because they
or
would
the contact number of someone,
Yeah,
if you
but
want
it has to be different regions because remember we have a big audience in Pretoria, Johannesburg.
Yeah.
We also have a big audience in Cape Town. Those are like our top 3 on the analytics when we do that. But I will speak to the right person as well about that. But you can also assist us there.
Okay.
And also I'm seeing that. As we spoke about, the legal challenges that they face with the police being removed, how do you train informal traders to stay on the good side of the law?
For now, since you're also really training, but in number 1, they need to know how in bulk. They push bulk buying. How spend less. Listeners about how to marketing, marketing, because of most of the time, but some 2 o'clock, by marketing. So we want to bring those things bulk buying, eat the corona, all those things. Share more. That's what we want to push. Then they train how to save money, how to bank, how to keep themselves clean, all those things. And then the challenge is most of the time o tsholo gore mme o na le ngwana o sala tsoga ka 2 ngwana o dule mo o golela mo a gona re ka mise go crash because by the time it's go crash tswa ka 4 tshwantsa togele mo plek ya gagwe a molate. So if gapa go ka ba di maybe di daycare under mo dilong tse like bo di pre-taxi rank bo para-taxi rank, at least go tla bogana something go bontsha gore government ya bona gore batho ba they are making money. They are raising economy of South Africa. But at least what's something even okay. Recover the crèche, like I saw as a crèche hole. The toilet is a decent. Go back thing, the storages, and if wholly possible, those old buildings, selling thing, how they can use for the storages. Who use the storages? Because maybe can go my keep at thing. How are anally misting because of unnecessary maybe. They didn't say my hot. But I look on the packets of but Babylon to Tabana Hantle, the Lotala right.
Yeah, no, I support the daycare idea because I mean you've seen especially Ekasi, like a lot of people about Daisa, you'll find them, they have their kids with them the whole day, and I mean sometimes the kids don't even get to be kids anymore because they have to stay with the mom. They can't even go play with other kids. And sometimes also, I don't think it's healthy for a kid to stay out there. Sometimes even the kids are the ones who are selling while the mom is taking a break, you see. So I think that the daycare idea is brilliant.
Yeah, definitely. But we also have a challenge of illegal foreign nationals that are also informal traders. Do you guys accommodate for those or not?
I normally say, I know how it can how we was also a cocaine. Why sharp, and then but Baba talk about some good thing, but it's so much. And the sad part, Yarona, the government allowed them to be here. So, yes, Rona recare, no, recare, yes. But Rabatala Balete. And Ohopole Motangwa Diwimo. because of kafela re dark. And most ba bua seZulu ba bua language tse re di buang. So unless or mo thonkopa ID ya gago a tlo ra kena yona, understand? Wa ba bona, but ha ona that power sa gore tlogang because of batlile mo ka di reasons different. Understand? And motho a bua seZulu a bua language ya gago ka sere tloga mo tafoleng eo go kene o mo. Ba teng ba bangata but tshwantse re sebetse gantle ka molao o tsang go government or okay it's kena ka molao o so regulations be accordingly.
Yeah, that's a very, very interesting point there, because also you hear stories where in the townships people are no longer opening spaza shops because they're saying the other foreigners are taking over, and that if you try to open a spaza shop, it's like you're playing in their territory and you end up getting the death threats and all sorts of things. And I've seen even stories of where people close off their spaza shops because they are scared for their lives. So hence I'm actually asking, has there been any spaza shop challenges like that that have been raised to your organization?
Yeah, there are a lot. Remember go le ga ba le cases tse dingata go na lady. Why ba bana ba tlhokofala. And then go le ga zame gore ba tswile ba gutla because of ba khona bribe mapodisa ba gutle. So o le mo fatshe o tlolwana le molao, understand how na those powers. The bribe di tlo kena ba gutlele gape mo. If it is 7-8 months, same thing happen. Understand? Go be le di inspectors di tle maybe ba checketse 4-5 di shop. Because everything e go dimo. How wena le mo fatshe o zama go pusha ntotso e pushang. Why bana e be that strong?
Yes, sir.
So ra batla gore everything is accordingly, but ha kgonege the way re batlang ka teng.
Do you think these people pay tax?
Ha ba patele tax through SARS, mar everything ba e rekang tax e teng. Ha ona motho a pateleng tax. O reka sweets se teng mo, but ha ba regulated le SARS. So they need to be regulated le SARS. So it's about okay shop mang o regulated because of how registered. So the sad thing go gore gona no, especially by these spazas, the foreigners ba khona nka address ya mema komete le everything ya mama komete a etse business place. Ha bone mema komete re kana ke e rileng e tlo mo tshwara go pelo, understand? O thabetse fela gore at least there's 2,000 or 3,000 e kenang go ntlong e tlo fa bana borotho. And how do I check gape le di bylaws tsa teng ha di that firm go ba tshwara the ntho tseo. The sad thing gape go remember go le go ba le go tswa le funding ya di spazas. A ke gopole go utla batho ba reng ba ithotse instead of the red tapes tshwantse tse this go batla this le di permits tsa ba so di thole mo bongata ba tsona ba if you bana le tsona.
Yeah. That is shocking. That is actually very, very shocking. And does NITASA plan on also empowering the community on how to help informal traders as well? Because if bateng mo and rena reka, that means le rena re ba fa matla or ba tswele pele ba bule mo. So is there a way or is there a plan that you guys are planning in order to also empower the community? Because clearly the era is happening with everyone.
That's why ke re ntwe re batlang go pusha ke gore fe batho training re ba rute ka bulk buying. And then the sad thing ke gore rona batho ba bantsho ha re tsebe bulk buying, hence the foreigners ba ba le di shop tse dingata because of baraka as a group. Maybe by 5 baraka box tsa matches, by 20 baraka di phofu, by 50 baraka di oil ba tlo di share ba ntse 1,000 mara rona gore re are working as a group, we are failing to do that. But if re ka kopana re tseba okay re disperse maybe or but the individual say 20 re ntsha di 1,000 e reka phofu ya o e reka di keres ya o e reka eng di kiritso ka di bulk from there di share re tlo bona e mathang fast ke eng. So if go le jalo go tlo ba easy for rona gore re be le di shop tsa rona re ska ra tshaba go ona di disperse tsa rona ke begang go loka disperses. And how do I share batho ngata gore why ba ntse ba gutlela go di foreigners because of ba dule bana le everything. Rona ya go sponsor na re ke sa iyo o batla vanilla custard for instance ha iyo because of ke luxury go ja vanilla custard re wena net fela nje ntho e batla o tla batla tuna fish oil le eng, but how you go to foreigners o tlo ithola vanilla custard ke ba reka in bulk. So gona le motho ba bangata ba motor e re e cheleta o is spare e re ke add ka this. E re ke add ka this.
So do you think for the bulk buying, like a stokvel type of setup, is that the way you guys are thinking of going? Or are you thinking just everyone has their own thing? Or do you think a stokvel for NITASA would be a great idea that you're thinking about?
Yes, we want to do the stokvel. Hence I'm saying, you see now we are pushing the stokvels go val, whereby but chelete, baraka as a group. And then we want to do the cards and NITASA di just fell for about 20 membership bona, but already card or you are a member. So stokvel is the way to go. Once the stokvel is going to be easy for to run a business, or one the growth of business a gago, o thole training and financial training up until or okay ke firm ge ke a go the informal part ke kana go formal part khono tlhothola bo di grant tse batlegang tseo di funding. So gore o qale motho a tlwe mo go informal traders tshwantse o tlelena bit by bit.
So now I have a question about the stokvels, right? You know that stokvels are also like a very, very good thing, right? But sometimes you hear stories of, hey, manga chelete. So how do you guys plan on preventing that from happening?
Let's get you re na le di chairperson from different places. The chairperson tlo mara ke mangwentse ke ma santshang. If o maybe ntshala pele ha o tlo ntsha second round, which means ka se thole stock sa gago. And the like batho ba go vala ba committed. Ba ba ipona ba godile and gape ba jala. So we want to push for renke di veg tsa the local farmers. Re di kenya to the local townships. Re avoid eng gore o nke transport o tloge mo ya go city deep. So it's going to be easy for nka mai a memang ona le dikgogo tse di kana kana tse kgona go ntsha maybe trade say 2 or 4 a day. So we want to push township economy le yona e gole. That's what we want.
So now let's move on over to the tobacco bill that the government is currently trying to implement so that they can enforce tobacco rules. So why is NITASA against the tobacco bill?
Number one, imagine setse o try to rekisa dikwai. O kentse bana ka tšhelete dikwai. E go etse ditse go agetse ntlo. Ba bangata ba tseba gore ba agetse dintlo bana ba go kae setse ba re we khatene. And then motho o rekang go wena every day. Wa tseba gore go thata go easy gore tshwele 20 ke tsebe ke ba ka 20 ya di whatever dikwai tseo. Mara go easy gore a tshwele 1 ranta a tle mo wena a reke. The mo go kene di ranta tseo go ba easy for wena. So imagine ha setse ba khathile bill e le teng motho o tlo felwa ke borotho. So ha re go tsuba go right. Ha go right go le matsa. Mar e tlo le matsa the other side ya motho ene gore o tlwaetse go phela ka yona.
I think maybe it would be best to just say what the tobacco bill is suggesting.
Do you know what it's saying?
A little bit, but
so let me just clarify it for the audience, right? The tobacco bill is saying that tobacco products like your cigarettes must be sold in plain packaging with no marketing material shown. The only thing that they would allow on that packaging is the health risk indication so that people know that the health risk is high. Number 2, they want to increase the space in which smoking is not allowed. So there's certain places where the restriction of that smoking is not allowed indoor will actually be enforced. And then number 3, what we also have is that you cannot sell loose cigarettes anymore. And also you cannot display cigarettes that you're going to sell. They don't want the marketing to be perceived in a certain way. So those loose cigarettes that people are selling, they're not allowed to be sold if the tobacco bill passes. So you can't display the packaging. You need to hide the packaging, and you can't sell it in loosely like that. So that's what the tobacco bill is saying. And I think what else did they want to ban? I think that's I mentioned all of them. No? Yes, I believe I did. No,
It's with the vapor.
Or the vapor ones is like, I think they're trying to control the electronic smoking as well. I think that applies on the indoor smoking, where you cannot smoke in certain areas indoor like you used to, because of, I get everybody think vapes are not that harmful.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're actually doing this because of they are trying to adhere to WHO's tobacco control regulations, so the World Health Organization. So that's what the tobacco bill is saying. So which means that companies that sell vapes, cigarettes are also affected because their marketing cannot be. So if when you prefer Codley, is it a brand? Codley over
Lexington.
RG.
Yeah, then now you don't know which one is Codley, which one is RG. You just have to taste to know, I guess.
Okay, yeah, but I think probably they'll probably let you name it so people can
No, they're saying it's not.
No names.
No names. You just put that smoking is harmful for you in bigger letters. Remember, it's already there, but in bigger letters.
But you know,
I stand to be corrected.
Like cigarettes are already like very, very regulated right now because there's no advertising allowed. There's no billboards for cigarettes or even TV ads or radio ads for cigarettes already. So I feel like the measures that are here, I think they're sufficient because now, like...
But remember that what I've read, right? Please, I stand to be corrected. The 70% of the cigarettes or the cigarettes in the market are illicit.
True, they're illicit.
So...
I saw that on the Gold Mafia documentary.
Yeah, so that's another situation that the government is trying to control. So which means they bypass tax in so many ways. And the government is losing about... I think I wrote it somewhere. They're losing like billions of rands from that tax that is not paid.
But also, do you think if
30 billion,
if someone is a smoker, but and now that the label is gone from a cigarette, they're gonna stop smoking? Is that right? I don't think it's going to affect the smokers' rate of smoking. But it might, like you say, increase the tax revenue from the cigarettes. But I mean...
But how will it increase the tax revenue when they don't know where 70% of the stock is coming from?
Now if it's regulated, right, it's easier to identify, I would imagine, the cigarettes. I don't know what you think, man.
I don't think people, they'll quit smoking.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to... Nicotine is more. You need to fight. The sad thing is... tax never patal, obvious I patel. But I heard another area is illicit tobaccos. Kare kwalo re tlo kwalo. Iko val. Itlo kwalo re kwetso. I think about the processing eo. So and again, high kwalo batho ba ba sebetsa mo ba tlo felwa ke mesebetsi le batho ba ne ba tlo etse tseo tse cheap. Hore itlo ba bokae e ba tlo ntse ba ya reka bikitse mo market 25 rand or ke bokae, I don't know, I'm not sure, or 2.50 rand. So it's hard gore motho a tlogele a re ke tlogela go tsuba. And then baba illicit ke re baba le tax. So regulations di right gore batho ba patale tax, but yeah.
Yeah, I think the prohibition of people selling loose cigarettes is the one that's going to be more harmful to informal traders, right? Because I feel like the market will still be there for smokers. But if you can't sell it in loose, a lot of people just smoke loose. You know?
And you also can't display it. So it must look like now cocaine or something like, hey, you know, hi.
Yeah.
You remember kanakole ya COVID?
Yeah.
But batsuba le rooibos. That's how people they want to smoke.
Yeah.
As long as they don't take a light, the rooibos are get dry. So people but it's a lot of more harmful for them. So I get
people were smoking rooibos during COVID?
Yes.
Yeah, no, you remember there was a ban.
They were mixing rooibos and other things just to smoke.
All I know is people were making alcohol from their houses.
Yeah.
Cheap except dry rooibos mixing.
Yeah,
so do you think the lawmakers don't understand what is going on in the informal traders?
Yeah, they don't understand and they assume that people, they will gel in fast because of, we believe before by milao, they need to consult with people who build more the ground. ba se ke ba etsa melao fela ba impose ko bathong ba sa utlwa gore batho mo fatshe ba reng ba inaganetse bona fela because of bona they can afford to reka about 20 30 so they need to consult first.
So did you guys consult with them? Did they ever speak to you guys?
Yeah, I think the president talked to them with the secretary Belebaya. Or please, before everything we need to hold the consultations. So since then, I also it's the final thing. So okay, we'll come so that because nothing without us, for us without us, as informal traders.
So you think the government is doing this so that they can get their 30 billion rand in taxes lost back?
Probably. I think it works in their favor, right? The only reason the government would pass a bill, I imagine, is if it's in their favor. So I don't know, man. But it's gonna be rough for people who sell loose cigarettes.
It's going to be rough, and unfair.
So what are they saying exactly? Are they saying that people who are selling cigarettes, because it's most likely that they bought it from illicit trade, are breaking the law in a way without them knowing?
Yeah, they are saying that they are buying from illicit without them knowing, without them paying tax, so they're losing money. Hence they say they must make sure that they cut that bridge to say no. Rather go to that to buy from the regulated ones. So they just want to make money through the right channels.
And not thinking if people will suffer or not. Because we already have a high unemployment rate.
True.
And the statistic of the people who are actually in the informal trade, I think it's around 1.9 million South Africans are informal traders. And also one of the things that was mentioned is that I think they said like over 50% of those informal traders have limited education. Some of them have matric and most of them don't go past matric. So it's also very difficult for them to even grasp and understand this bill itself if they're not going to hold those workshops.
Imagine Billy, it's like I'm a page mangata. For Mutomo Raflakol page labitre. Because of social education is low. So how I read this bill with it, but if bakar okay maybe yes I go the adverting or ba simple at least but hona no batho ba tsebe next ka that bill. Unless through the NITASA adverts, through the word of mouth, but they are not aware of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that is that something that NITASA is educating its members on, and like are you providing services where people can come and ask those kinds of questions and understand the suggested laws better, and what's coming and what they can and can't do if the law passes?
Yeah, if the law passes, but before the law passes, I was talking to some other leaders saying I wanted to do the workshops in Gauteng so that people, the road shows actually, so that people, they must be aware and then must get their views. Before everything ever final, we need to get people's views for okay, lona le nka jwang. Then maybe out of those numbers are okay. Through these views, but without yona, I don't think bakavela by finalize the final thing. Basa consult le batho mo fatshe.
So legally they can't finalize it until they consult with the people.
And we need to fight up until that, because we need to fight.
Because they can consult non-smokers, and vela non-smokers will not agree with the smoking problems that are rising.
True.
So why is it, you said something about cigarettes not being allowed to be advertised. I generally didn't know that. Why is that?
I think it was more of a health conscious decision. You know, like in some countries, even alcohol advertisements are not allowed. But for us, I think it's just limited to cigarettes because they are considered harmful and carcinogenic, that they cause lung cancer and all this. So they limited their reach through advertising. So I think now that this bill will probably go a little bit further, especially with the packaging removal. It's just an extension of that kind of thinking that removed the adverts in the first place.
That's very interesting. So now, I don't know if this is even worth asking. How can an informal trader who buys stock of cigarettes spot that they're buying from an illicit person, like an illicit distributor or an illicit provider? Will that even help anything?
Remember gore dikwaetse di na le di-distributors tse different. So ka se be gore o dira ka ko kae and the price be bothola di a differ competition ya di-prices. So you'll never know gore o dinka ko kae in bulk or o rekisa o jalo. It's going to be difficult to track gore o lata ko kae o rekisa bo kae, but I know that the co-location dikwae di gona le 50 cent gona le 1 rand. Well, it's about 250. They are standard for everything. So to check, it's going to be difficult.
But the government or the police cannot arrest informal traders for reselling cigarettes that are illicit without them knowing. They can't do that.
They can't. I get the moment I can say, Inyana get Mut Otlabaya Quay, not about Sabaro or Exaquai. Because of Cassibin into a display film because of Sansiver Exacabozoti. So Lemon Pocotong or Mopeki. And the police like a check everybody Pogoto or bag. So it's on about what did you about Hutranoch. Little Rekis were Hutranoch. Kamashasha pants.
So now they're not even allowed to display at the moment, or they are allowed to they're not.
Diteng go batho ba keep tsole di ba di beile mo.
Nna ke di bone go
Diteng motho wa khona anke maybe la motho a seo anke an late matches o lata bona mo asia into ya thing a fit. Diteng. That's why ke re batho ba nga ba tsebe gore gona le molao o.
I've seen some garages where they remove the cigarettes after like 6 or something. They're not allowed to display the cigarettes after a certain period of time.
So there's even a smoking, what is it? Curfew.
Yeah, I think it's a curfew. Because when you get there, they'll tell you, we can't sell you the cigarettes. We have them, but we can't sell you. We can't sell them to you at this time. And they even remove them from the shelves more. So I think a version of the law is already in place.
I also saw that they're saying that if the bill passes, they're actually threatening jail time if you don't follow the bill. If they find you selling illicit cigarettes, or if they find you displaying the packages, or if they find you selling the loose cigarettes, they're saying they're threatening jail time. I think it's up to 10 years depending on your problems. Do you think they are criminalizing poverty?
I think kana go lo dlala ka chat tsa di tax. Remember motho ya go tronkong o ja mahala. O robala mahala. Kanti na itsubela mo le ka tšhelete gage. So motho sa mole o mo kenya go tronkong a robale a je mahala. Ha yetse sense for nna.
That's true.
For nna yetse sense. O botlo sa motho ona ithekela kwa ka 5 bopo le 1 rand. O mo jesa mahala mo robatsa mahala. Ka tax sa batho ba bang motse le gore ke o etsa something e better ka yona. For me ba botlhale.
So yeah, that's what they're actually threatening. Do you think this is a harsh threat for such?
It is a harsh for them to benefit the taxes. That's why for them to benefit. Once for the shop.
Is there currently a petition that's going around from NITASA that people should sign?
Yeah, it's on the NITASA social media.
Can you please tell our audience why they must sign it, why they must support the movement if they don't necessarily understand in details?
For them to sign, go make their more voice, more numbers. Government, we are serious about this thing. For me, then before anything, they must consult, but on the ground. Consult, but we urge people to those petitions, the challenges through those petitions. Movement to whole.
Yeah, because there is like the informal traders account for 19.5% of the employed people in South Africa. So that is a huge number of people that would be left at array? Because already if you're buying something, you're already paying the tax. Which tax are they also looking for?
Yeah, you already have VAT on there.
Exactly.
Yeah. So if I want to make my voice heard, what are the NITASA social media handles?
It's NITASA, National Informal Traders Alliance of South Africa. Then and then it's a Facebook. TikTok is NITASA. I'll double check it. Yeah. But most of the time, I'm not the social media person, but I know the Facebook, I comment all those things.
Okay, so just NITASA on Facebook, should be able to find it. Okay.
Yeah, they're also trying to ban flavor burns. Is it more harmful to smoke something with flavor than something without flavor?
Sure. I can say, personally, how much whatever this vapor, what ke kwala fast. Like I smell sa banana or sa eng. Or sa grape or ke sa eng.
Yeah.
I ke feel hantle. And I get smoke so sitlala mo. Ke bona ka re quietly sa hore sa tsa mama re se se ka re sitla ko mothong wes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the vapes seem to release a lot more smoke than cigarettes. And also people smoke it more often, you know.
In the name of getting rid of cigarettes, because cigarettes smells, right? Because that's how the vape penetrated the market. They wanted people who wanted to continue smoking, but without the smell.
Oh, that's why there's banana and strawberry flavors.
Yeah, but it would be very difficult to regulate the sale of vapes because vapes are formally sold. They're not sold on the street.
No.
I've never seen a vape sold on the street.
Unless maybe just to attract the young ones, but it's not often going on the streets.
Why are they working on a Sunday?
That's a loud car.
Oh, it's a car. I thought someone is working on a Sunday. Sorry. Sorry, everyone. I think there's a car somewhere outside doing the most. There you go. It has left. It's a mic. It's a walk. Yeah, because I don't know how they're going to benefit because vape is formalized. Vape is sold in stores. Does this affect Hablies, charcoal?
And then a white charger.
White charger, vape white charger.
Yeah.
We rekele eng we rekele metsi ba tshela le tse dingata mo ke mosebetsi so betere ke wa 1 rand o betere kwa 1 rand because wa ilaitela o tlo tsubisa o mong o le ke 5 rand ke bokae e ba bokae
it's flavor, it's cold, it's the foil, it's the actual machine, there's the water, and you know, yeah, it's a lot of things. That's true. Yeah. Versus a 2 rand cigarette. So do you think that the law is also targeting the Hablies, or the Hablies are exempt from the law? Like the packaging, tsari flavor, and are they also now supposed to be blank with just the hazard warning, or is it just for cigarettes?
By my looks, ke bana kare a ke ra no ba ke illicit ba reka from the illicit a ke tsebetse tsa di charcoal di tswa di le ko kae.
Yeah.
Are they regulated ko ba dingang go teng?
Yeah.
Maybe they are benefiting through those charcoals, through those flavors.
Oh, and if they are,
hence they are abayetse noise ka tsona.
Yeah.
Ba etsa noise ka tse. Maybe through ba tla re tse di shwe gore ba tlo khona ke tsa price ya mashala au to be or up. Maybe about 15 rand.
Does Habli have tobacco? Does anyone know? Does Habli have tobacco in it? I think it does. No. It doesn't.
What does it have?
Oh, it's nicotine, not tobacco. Yeah.
Oh, but doesn't?
Because it's a tobacco.
Vape
field, right?
have nicotine.
It does.
So
so I think vape is probably going to be exempt too, because it doesn't have tobacco.
No, but they're saying electric
smoking
devices. I don't smoke, so sorry.
Let me see. Tobacco.
So they're talking about things that have tobacco that can be smoked. So rooibos tea is not part of this.
During COVID. Nearly COVID time. So.
Oh yeah, happily does have tobacco, so it is probably included in there. It says
Okay.
it contains tobacco.
But Kibana more dangerous, the happy thing.
Yeah, I think it's probably the same thing as the vapes, because you also smoke it more frequently and it produces more smoke.
You know, it's like a sophisticated thing.
But also, very sophisticated. Also, I have a curious burning question, right, about accountability from informal traders themselves, right? As much as you are also trying to empower them, trying to make sure that they also get formalized or their voices are heard, and they also like manage finances and they grow as well. There's also something that we have to talk about for certain types of informal traders, like your car washers, for example. Car washers, they do the washes and then the streets get potholes. But there hasn't necessarily been accountability. So normally when there's a car wash, you would see potholes next to that car wash because the water and the chemicals is actually penetrating the street. So does NITASA plan on teaching these informal traders about accountability and responsibility as well in terms of what they do that is harming the environment? Because if there is a pothole on the road, that's not good for people's cars as well. That's not good for the taxpayers' money because that pothole will be fixed. Tomorrow the car wash is operating. Next month there's new potholes. So I hope I make sense.
For now, that IAO, but we have different sectors that informal traders, as I'm saying, carpentries, the garden, those things. But that's really shabby to that extent, the potholes and everything.
I see.
Yeah, so as an informal trader, do you think that registering under NITASA would that now bring more tax implications, or would the financial education under NITASA be better for the tax that the informal traders pay because of the education that you would provide them? Or would it be the case that I wasn't paying tax before, but now I'm registered under NITASA, now I'm expected to pay more tax than I was before?
I get it, but why they can't pay tax via SAR straight?
Or because they're under the threshold?
Yes, they can't pay tax via the SAR straight. But whatever they reckon, they are paying certain tax VAT by patala.
Already by VAT, yeah.
Yes, so rona re taba the mouthpiece ya bona gore if barali some things le gore you di challenge sa bona, we can take those challenges to upper level or go so up until baba formal.
Okay.
Ba tlo patala di tax sa bona accordingly.
Understood.
Do you think the government is unintentionally not helping informal traders? Because you find, for example, there's a lot of informal traders, you've mentioned categories, right? Let's go with categories of cleaners. But they don't necessarily contract cleaners from the informal side. They'd rather contract cleaners from a formal side who are actually hired, which now the formal companies hire the cleaners and give them bad packages, which exploits them. So do you think informal traders being informal traders does benefit the government in a way?
They do. That's why I get everyone, why patala VAT? Makere. Mar how we patale through the SARS direct. And those, especially ba cleaning. Gore ba kena go ntlo ba tlile motho. Tshwantse ba kene through agent, akere. Agent to tloga ama batletse mme ba se bana ba batla mme o so aba a motlela o akere. Ka price it's ba tlo dibana re o tlo thola bokana. I understand, but ha tlo patala tax mar o tlo patala VAT, understand? Mar tshwantse thole the standard amount e le gore ya mo suta for mosebetsi o tlo etsa.
Sorry, AC?
No, I think I'm all out. but it sounds like an advantage if you go to NITASA, because then you'll get the education, assume in the newsletters, and the information like we heard on the social medias, and I think that would be useful for a lot of informal traders to stay in the loop, and also to be able to submit their voices so that they can be heard for any suggestions that they might have for the laws.
I did not. Please repeat again. Sorry.
No, I was just outlining the advantages that that will come with being under NITASA, and I think I would encourage any informal traders listening to kind of sign up and see the advantages that come with it.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Is there anything you'd like to add?
As the co-host said, please be part of us. We are willing to fight for you as a team, and then we are willing to grow with whoever want to be part of us, to get the sponsors and be on the ground and teach people with different things and take their matters up.
Would it also be helpful if people who had like big spaces would assist in terms of donating the space or donating the time to use the space for you to hold your meetings and conferences in these different areas?
We'll appreciate.
Maybe we'd also like reaching out to those people as well. So if you own, I think, a big place where you're operating a formal business from it, but in certain hours it's closed, and you'd like to donate some of the time and space to NITASA, please do reach out to them. We're going to put their contact details on the screen of who to reach out to, so that you can actually also donate that, because sometimes donation is not always about money and products. It's also about time and the space that you can also donate, because if it's a popular space, then that popular space can attract more informal traders to go to, because people would trust it more as well. I think, yeah. AC, do you have any questions before we close?
No, before we close, I want to say something.
Yes, please.
You need to push, as NITASA, we want to push the township economy. There are a lot of women who are doing things with their hands. They are manufacturers. You want to take the local manufactured product to say, instead of going to buy to the bigger people that they know billions, now they're going to zillion. Let's raise our township economy. But the moment it's under Vaseline, and we use not Vaseline is a brand, petroleum jelly. But the moment it's fuba. But the uniform. Let's take those things. But like a stock fele. Bathebo me baba roke, baba fe, bakenya makap barekis. But the matwatma the kerese, detergents, different things. Let's push the township economy to grow.
100%. I didn't know that there were township ladies who made petroleum jelly. That's the first time.
Even makeup. Perfumes, different things. So if you can get those places to say, okay, in this area you want to do this and this and this, the manufacturers come and exhibit. We'll mention the NITASA things, come and showcase your things, different places. I'm available in Gauteng to go there, exhibit and see, and to say we are starting the stock fair for you. Maybe 1,000, buy material, you share the products, buy markup. Put markup. Next time, not going to stop with 3,000, it's going to be 7,000. You are growing. That person is also growing. So those old places, then it is a the factories, so it back to us. Because our share go the factories are mail, makwats are mail. Because of a girl about to buy PDC Thomas Gelo. Our share Horano, the PDC Disaleyo. Arabeni Billy Serona self. Our own tablets, because of how Russia bakale bo mebarona ne ba tseba etsa peanut butter. Sa le reja black cat le gona ntse reja black cat le yam and ba etsa the original peanut butter. So let's push our own things. Ke le ka gutla botlhoke bana mogodu in the tin, mogodu mo di tining, motogo wa mabele mo le botlolong. We want to gore a re khono nagana ba re etsa motogo wa rona mabele ba o kenya ba bisa ko fridge ra o reka. Let's do our own things and sell.
Mokhodi in a tin?
Le maotwana in the tin. Tla ba bona.
For sure.
Tla ba bona. I get
How's
rena. Go gona le dikota outlets gona no ntse le gore di una ke mang kota king or kota what.
No, I thought you maybe boni malana le maotwana karatino. Bomogoli karatino like stamp I've seen that was like I've seen that.
Motho ga o bone mo le botlona o so bone.
I thought
Motho mage wana ao. Are ketseng a rona a tswa ke Mam Keys a entse ke Mam Keys re mo supporting as a group. Mam Keys is what?
Hey batho.
Yeah, I mean we've got pine gels, we've got our archers,
Exactly.
we've got our, you know, like if you check in the township, we have everything we really need.
You
So
just
I-
need a group of people to say re 50 ro pusha this abe stable abe right. Re reke ko yena re kenya markup. Another group. That distribute and selling at as South African owned businesses.
And
Starting
they would
from
actually be much more healthier as well. They'll be healthier products because we don't know these chemical things that they're adding. We don't know how to make them. We know how to make things from scratch, and we know how to preserve them with what we've made. Like acha is self-preservatory. AC.
No, I support it. I think we need to go back to supporting each other. The Kasi economy really has everything we really need. We really don't have to go into the big shops for everything. You know, some things you can really find them in your neighborhood. My aunt used to sell pine gels, you know, in the township, and you know, it's the support of the people around you that you need. So I support it 100%.
100%. So, guys, if you want to know more about NITASA, follow them on social media at NITASA. So just search NITASA. I think you will be able to find them. And also on the website at www.nitasa.org.za. So, yeah, we will be sharing some of the information, the forms, the names of the leaders in the centers that you can actually go to get help. But anyways, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on social media at Set Podcast. I am your host, DJ Mahlatsi, and we will see you next time.